All right, so this isn't something I would say casually, but both men and women need to stop acting like we're the same, that we have the same qualities and abilities and natural predispositions. Women are anxious without a man. And even in the instance of, I would say, like a lesbian couple who you would think of all people would be not wanting a man, I still think they should have men around helping them make decisions, helping them protect them, give them a sense of comfort, give them advice. I mean, also advice on selecting a lesbian wife, a fellow wife. All of this. And if you look at the stats, you'll see that that lesbian couples get into more conflicts compared to gay men, and the relationships, the marriages or sexual. It's not even a fucking real thing. Relationship. It's not even. It's like an ambiguous word because it's like it's a sexual relationship, but it's not committed. It's like you're with someone, but you're not 100% sure you want to marry them, which means that you could be wanting to marry someone else. So there's my fucking favorite favorite viewer. Fucking at any time of day, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning in Hawaii, and my viewer shows up. All right, so women don't have a soul. Well, like when guys talk to women, the mistake they make, especially more intellectual guys, is the mistake they make is thinking that they can talk to a woman in a philosophical way, and all the pick up cold approach manipulative guys, that this is what they talk. This is what they describe. They say that you've got to be emotional and playful with women, and not really in the sphere of logic, not in the sphere of, oh, I'd like to plan a life together, do this X, Y, Z, and Z. The best way to illustrate the idea of women not having a soul is that they're a blank slate, and the man has the soul, and then he gives his values and his energy and his also, obviously, ability to impregnate the woman. And then the woman takes all that energy and manifests it. She's the one who's raising the children with the man's values, and obviously she has the same values. And this all isn't to say that women, I'm not saying that the woman or the feminine don't have a choice, or shouldn't, or should, or shouldn't have the. I'm saying that women should have the option to choose a life that they want, but they should also. It should also be about, like, like, what's reality, what's really going to happen, and the reality is that the man is going to propose to the woman. The man needs to have his life together so that he can have a woman actually be the best she can be, which is a mother and a wife, and maybe do some secretarial work for the husband, some house, just maid duties, chef, kitchen duties, it's like, what, why wouldn't a woman want to do that? Like, does a woman really want another man, or excuse me, another woman or other people making food for her family? Does she really want other people making food for uh, teaching and raising her children while she, it doesn't make sense. And you might be saying that I'm trying to be anti-establishment, like I feel like all the children should go to school. I think they should go to school and different activities that are either public or private activities, but maybe a little later. I think it all depends, guys. But the reality is, if you allow things to be too concentrated, power to be too concentrated, like the power to educate the children, it's useful to have things spaced out. Even things like borders. It's useful to have spaced out. It makes it so powers and knowledge, quote unquote, or it is not too monopolized or controlled. Just like mom and pop stores, if you support them restaurants, if you support them, the big restaurants won't control everything, because once everything is controlled by a small amount of people, then it's easy for those people to be maybe demonically influenced or whatever. It just even human greed, right? So this concept is actually brought up in different ways, like the idea where the women can be more easily manipulated by, like, the Garden of Eden situation. What I think is that the Anunnaki or other hominid, like bipedal upright creatures similar to humans, they came to Earth, and they used them and also other DNA and maybe some of the DNA from monkeys to create or Neanderthals to experiment and create humans. And I think what they did was they somehow used magic mushrooms, which in order to wake people up, make them self-aware. But the thing is I think that women still don't have that level of like this is who I am. I think women are still caught up in the tribe, like I'm part of the tribe of women, and women aren't conscious of it, but it's like sort of this more of a matrix type of a thing, like that they're inextricably tied, and it's like I think the biggest thing is that I want to emphasize is that I'm not saying this to be mean or out of a position of misogyny. In fact, I really care about women and celebrate and worship vulva. But the thing is we only have so much. in the world that we can do, and we have to, and in order to do things, we have to agree on things and be honest about things. And so from what I can see, there's more truth in the idea that women are kind of like a blank template, and it's not fair to try to make them pretend to be like men. And society used to be fine. Women used to play the roles of being able to be feminine, and they're, the problem is when you introduce these systems like this, like the whole hospital system, it preys upon people, and it's all this money system of you know, it's just this whole thing, guys. It's this whole thing of where they're making people spend money instead of focusing on each other, focusing on family, and focusing on humans, and focusing on. All right, so yeah, in the past, this stuff made more sense. It was simpler times. Now we've pushed to improve the world, improve technology, improve science, improve social dynamics, all of that. We've worked on all that, but we're moving forward to a greater tomorrow. So this should be more thought of in terms of it's the feminine and the masculine, rather than thinking of it in terms of man and woman. The feminine should have a chance to thrive, as should the masculine, and they can kind of balance each other out. But this idea of soul is kind of where I think people should at least consider what I'm saying, and really ask, like, what is a soul? What does it mean to have soul? It means to sort of have this desire to seek knowledge, to learn, to master things. And if we're being honest, like, do women really want to? I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do. I just think that I think things work better when things just seem to work better when there's a leader. Structures, right? And so we gotta, like, am I trying to convince people that that women need men and men need women. No, it's the way we built ourselves as pure consciousness. We built ourselves to kind of be at that, be at that kind of reality coinciding and codepending on itself. Well, I'm about to sign out, guys, but don't forget to do light work. Light work will allow you to experience higher degrees of synchronicity and this experience of purpose, of doing things that you feel you should do and that are, important. And so you visualize people smiling, you visualize the brilliant white light streaming through them, be it someone you're attracted to, be it whomever it may be, and you just imagine them smiling brightly. And go with that. Go with that understanding of joy, that understanding of that's where you see through the Maya, you see through the illusion, and you see the reality of that we are light. We need to imagine brilliant beams of light shining through everyone, presidents, all of us, especially those who might be under demonic attack, and we just shine brilliantly, guys. Imagine them smiling, and imagine you're an angel flying across and beaming down. And that's where I sign out, guys. Aloha.